7 harmless British words Americans might find rude. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to see what kind of words I'm using every day, and you guys might be finding it rude. You never know. I might actually be using them in my videos, so it'll be interesting to see that. Before we do jump into this video, I appreciate if you guys could hit that subscribe button. And if you guys want to support me further, I'm posting extra content to my Patreon page. Link is in the description. But yeah, let's jump into this to see what we got.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to words.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Specifically, words that are used commonly in one country that might be considered filthy in the other. And before we dive into those, apologies in advance to my mum, my former teachers, and the British Embassy. This is just one of those videos that my subscribers have been asking me to do for ages, so if you're going to blame anybody, blame them.
Wait, hold on. This is British word. Yeah, so British words Americans will find. Okay, yeah.
Oh, and if you yourself are not yet subscried to this channel, do that
His
now.
link will be in the description. Check him out. Amazing videos.
In the meantime, here is part 1 of a 2-part series in which I look at words that might make residents of the other country go a little red in the face.
Oh, that'll be good.
And the
what? What is TITBIT? Wait, this is a British word? TITBIT. Okay, I've never heard of this in my life, bro.
And the first word that we're pulling out today is TITBIT. Basically, TITBIT, which for those of you wondering rhymes with Fitbit, is an alternate spelling of what Americans would know as tidbit. And it's funny this because the word tit used to mean small and not what you're thinking of. And on this subject, I often hear British people saying things like, why did America change it? Well, it turns out they didn't. Tidbit is how we used to say it in Britain, and at some point in the past, we substituted a D for a...
I know what happened. I've never heard of this word, right? But in the UK, some British guys was in a pub. They was getting drunk. They was trying to say tidbit, but there was like titbit. And from there, it's just been known as titbit. But I've never heard anyone say that word in my life.
A T, which is something that happens commonly. This English language phenomenon in which the letter T is pronounced as a D in the middle of words is known as T-flapping. T-flapping is especially common in American English, where speakers overwhelmingly pronounce butter as butter. However, as part of the gradual Americanization of British English, T-flapping has popped up a lot in recent years in Britain. In fact, the amount of British YouTubers I've heard recently pronouncing the word little as liddle is ironic.
Little. Wait, am I one of them? Wait, you guys, this is important now. This is very important. Comment down below if I T-flap. Do I T-flap? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's gonna get confused. Little. How do I say? Oh, it's weird now because I'm thinking about it. But yeah, weird. Wait, what? I might T-flap. I don't know. I definitely don't say little. I don't pronounce it that clearly.
Ironically large. Also, now that I've said it out loud a few times, T-flapping definitely belongs on a list of linguistic words that normies would find filthy. I'll be dropping that on my OnlyFans.
Wait.
Anyway, back to the whole titbit versus tidbit thing. Britain did whatever the exact opposite of T-flapping is and settled on titbit. America either didn't get that memo or didn't care. Although an American stage director of mine did care when I said it the British way. You can't say that, dude. There are kids in the audience.
Keep your pecker up. Wait, a pecker is your like your thingamidget. Your snake. Keep your pecker, bro. That's rude. In the what?
Next in line, you may occasionally hear British people from the past say the phrase, keep your pecker up, it's gonna be alright, right? And that's not some weird foreplay. In fact, really, it's just another way of saying, keep calm and carry on. Except here in America, and broadly in English in general, the word pecker doesn't just mean a bird that does this. It also means a man's third leg. I don't know how to not get demonetized. And so clearly, if I use the phrase keep your pecker up to an American, I might face a lawsuit.
Right, listen. So this might be an old British saying. I think that's what he said. Because keep your pecker up, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, huh? Why are you telling my little guy to keep up, bro? That's what we...
Actually, the same is definitely true of this.
Stroke the dog. Wait, yeah, just stroke the dog. Huh?
In Britain, it is not uncommon for us to say, I stroked the dog. In fact, I never knew another phrase for this, and you're probably thinking, Lawrence, what does it mean to
How else would you say stroke dog?
Well, thankfully, it doesn't mean what you think it means, you weird little... It just means to do this to your animal. Across its fur.
Yeah.
Make it feel nice. And this is a word difference that I wish I'd known before moving in with my in-laws who had 3 dogs at the time. And I remember the first time that I said to them, do you mind if I stroke the dog? You could see the cogs turning in their heads. And I don't know what they were thinking, but it was probably along the lines of, what is the phone number to the Department of Homeland Security?
Wait. That doesn't mean stroke the little guy down there, does it? Does it actually?
Anyway, to stroke the dog is another way of saying the American English phrase, to pet the dog.
Yeah, so you guys say pet the dog, we say stroke the dog. He didn't say what... I'm guessing that stroke the dog in America means like stroke down there, right? What on earth is a poppycock? What on earth is a poppycock?
At some point in the past, it was decided that the word poppycock is a word entirely exclusive to Britain. But that itself is poppycock, because the word is widely believed to have originated in the United States. In fact, the word meaning utter rubbish or baloney was brought to these shores by Dutch settlers. It is derived from their word poppycock, meaning literally soft dung. So when someone says, what a load of poppycock, the...
Did he just say, which means soft dong? Does he know what dong can mean? Dong is like little... Why all these words to do with the little guy down there?
Or baloney was brought to these shores by Dutch settlers. It is derived from their word poppycock, meaning literally soft dung. So when someone says, what a load of poppycock, the American use of horse is a viable synonym in more ways than one.
Right.
With that quick disclaimer out of the way, you barely hear the word in America today. However, in Britain, it persists.
Really?
So if I were to use this word around Americans, they'd either giggle at me because, well, it contains the word cock, or because it sounds like a quaint British word.
Bro, I would giggle. If someone said to me today, poppycock, I'm laughing, bro. I'm going, what on earth is a pop? You want a pop? What cock?
Lawrence, go stand in the corner and talk poppycock to me all day. Which, as it happens, is something that I'm highly skilled at. Great
tit. Okay. I must not be from England, bro. I must not be British. Because if someone says to me that's a great tit, I'm going to be where? Where's the great tit? Bro, that could only mean great boobs. Surely.
It's not enough that we have the word TITBIT, we have to find other harmless ways of incorporating the word tit into our words and phrases.
What?
In this case, the word tit is used in a context that Americans might actually know well. That is tit, as in the type of bird. Indeed, the United States is home to 5 species of titmouse: the tufted, the black-crested, the oak, the juniper, and the bridled titmouse. Whoever named that last one knew what they were doing. What America doesn't have is the great tit, unless we're talking about my wife's cousin Chad. The great tit, which is also not a large hill with an igloo on top, is a type of bird found not just throughout Britain, but much of Europe. So
it's a
laugh
bird.
at this bird all you want, but just remember this: it can fly. What can you do?
Oh, great tit's a bird. Ah. See, if someone says to me there's a great tit over there, I'm thinking a pair of, banger. Oh. Okay. I think I say this word a lot. In fact, I do say this word a lot. So does that confuse you guys when I say, oh, that's a banger?
But just remember this: it can fly. What can you do?
Yeah, that's a banger. Like, that's good. That's really good.
The word banger, it can mean so many things, and on either side of the pond. In both Britain and America, I've heard the word banger used to describe an old clunky car.
Right.
But in Britain, it has multiple uses.
Yep.
For instance, a banger can also be a very loud firework.
Sure.
It can also be a sausage, and believe it or not, that is not a euphemism. Which probably explains why the odd, sometimes very...
Oh, bangers and mash. Of course it can.
Very odd American will ask me, what are the smutty origins of the UK dish bangers and mash? Well, hold your horses, because this has nothing to do with rumpy pumpy. In fact, the word...
Wait. This is actually interesting, because even though I'm from Britain, right, I actually don't... Why do we call it sausage and mash? Why do we actually call it bangers and mash? Huh?
Bangers and mash. Well, hold your horses, because this has nothing to do with Rumpy Pumpy. In fact, the word banger in this context is thought to date back to World War I. The story goes that due to supply shortages, sausages had to be prepared with different filler to what is normal. And this, which mostly consisted of water, is said to have caused the sausages to explode. This still feels like a euphemism.
Interesting. Okay. Rubber. I know what this means in America, bro. A rubber in America is, you know, it's a condom, right? A rubber in the UK is an eraser.
And finally, rubber. Now, firstly, I should clarify that nobody has a problem talking about rubber, the material. Both countries do that in equal measure. It's when we're talking about what Americans refer to as an eraser that things get dicey. Because while a rubber is what we call this in Britain, that very same phrasing can be used in the United States to mean protective clothing for your third leg. Can we say condom? Now, thankfully, this is not a faux pas that I run into very often, because I haven't used a rubber since 1998. Yes, the stationery. So suffice to say that my heart goes out to all of the British teachers.
I mean, like, our rubber, the eraser, not your rubber.
Working in America.
The hard truth. Okay, yeah, I've heard this a few times. That's the hard truth. Right.
Being British in America is a weird experience. You encounter a lot of cultural differences, and as I've pointed out on this channel many times, this often includes word differences. And sometimes these word differences can leave you embarrassed, such as the words on this list, but also filthy place names like Intercourse, Pennsylvania, or Spittle in the Street, Lincolnshire. Therefore, when visiting the other country, it's important to be mindful about the words you use.
Oh, the hard truth wasn't an actual saying that's bad in America. It's just, okay. I was thinking, how can the phrase hard truth be rude? Like, what would that mean?
And see what happens. Coming soon is part 2 in this series, in which I look at American words that the British might find a little bit rude.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Appetite for that? Why not check out this video?
Really good video. Enjoyed that. It'd be also interesting if you guys know any other words, you know, that like I say or other British people say that you guys find rude as well, but you know, like it's a different meaning in the UK. Let me know them in the comments. Really interested in checking them out. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG if you guys want to check me out over there. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.